bottle. Welcome back.
Oh, that makes sense.
We're the Bourbon Junkies. Today, let's go over about 10 bottles that we would pay retail, but not more than that for, that you might actually see on a shelf.
Maybe a little bit.
Runner. All right, so
today
we're finally back to a Thursday video.
Oh,
That's not
yeah, I didn't think of that.
Vent.
Yeah.
And we're back to shelving.
Today's bottle brought to you by Alec Bradley, who also hit a cutter back there because he's a bad person.
Alec hid every cutter in here somewhere.
All of our V cutters, because he doesn't like V cutters.
Just moved his bottle. That one fell, so it was on his shelf.
And last time I had a fine or rare, I V cut it. Send him a picture.
So he wanted to put Matt's Bardstown Bourbon Co. blend on his shelf. So that's what we're gonna drink during this video.
Getting a little dust off the bottle.
Thank you, Alec, for the love, buddy. Appreciate it. Actually, it was the company. It was Alec, Allen, and Bradley, I believe, that actually went in on that shelf.
Oh.
Thank you guys for doing that. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. So.
Well, it does say Alec Bradley.
Yep, long
makes
time
sense.
channel partner.
And in the 2024.
Genuinely friends. So, thank you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So today, 10 bottles. Often, let's set the mood.
Okay.
Often you walk into a store these days, something's priced. Sometimes you see a cool bottle, you're like, hey, I've been looking for that bottle. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes you walk in and you're like, there's some other cool bottles that I've been looking for. Oh, I haven't seen that before. Oh, how much is that? It's retail basically.
Yeah.
What bottles do Sean and I think of when we walk into a store, we see it, we go, if that's retail, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? Those are these bottles.
I mean, as someone that just overpaid, it's really good. Overpaid for a bottle. There are times that I'll haggle, and there are bottles that we both believe will pay a little premium up.
Sure.
It's fine.
Depends. Nostalgia's a thing.
Yeah.
Gifts are a thing.
Yeah.
Having to have FOMO's a thing. Yeah, FOMO's a thing.
That's usually our issue.
So,
but
sometimes you gotta say no, and you gotta reel it in and keep that wallet right in your pants.
You know what? I'm gonna kick it off this one. Let's feel spiteful.
You know what?
I know what you're going for.
I'll do the same.
You know what? High West Midwinter Night Drum.
Can I give you? There's a reason which I actually agree with Sean on this one.
They overpriced it themselves.
They didn't overprice it. They bumped her up to secondary at MSRP now. So they were
$150.
They were $150 at secondary. This year's was good. Act 11's great, truly.
It is very good.
So I wouldn't pay over retail for that now.
It being $100.
Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, if our whiskey was 20 bucks, that'd be great too. But it's
not gonna advocate for a lower price. They need to stop advocating for a higher price.
Listen,
it'll be $200 in the next 2 years.
I hope not.
They sold me half a bottle of water, is what they did. It's 49.3%, which means it's half water. Yeah, you can go F yourself for that.
Angel's Envy cast strength. Would never overpay for this. Would pay.
I would. I'm really happy it just happenstance they're sitting right there.
Yeah, they are. Okay, so this bottle is just seemingly an older, higher proof version of the normal Angel's Envy.
Yes.
They are often very good. They come in beautiful packaging. They're supposed to be around $220, roughly.
Yeah,
I'm not exactly
sure.
I
think $235 this year.
They've only bumped $40 through the whole bourbon craze,
yes,
which is over the last 5 years. So it's honestly, it's not been an insane price.
Cast strength though.
Cast strength.
And it's like
and generally very good whiskey.
118.
Generally very good.
This is gonna be always one of my favorites. I love this profile. I will pay a little bit up for it. I ended up paying like $285. Is if you don't want to spend 200 plus, just find a place for the pick. Meyer has done.
That's the move.
Costco's done some.
I know, but
they're like 110 proof.
I can tell you though the problem.
And phenomenal.
We've had a couple picks that actually bat almost up to here.
Yeah.
We've had some that aren't even close.
Yes.
I would pay MSRP. I would not pay over.
You know what? Speaking of picks, I'll go into my next bottle.
We each have a pick.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that.
I didn't know his list. Is that oh, you just added that one. I have a Four Roses single barrel pick here.
Yeah.
The marketability of having 10 different recipes.
Sure.
Having them on different levels.
Sure. Well, they have a cult following.
100%.
Yeah.
Very much that. That I was recently in a store and their pick was $149.99. SRP, I think, is like 80.
Sure. 80 to 90, yeah.
No. You can sit on that forever.
There's a lot of people who would, just not us.
Hey man, like
some of the Four Roses stuff can be phenomenal.
Yes, we've had a couple bottles throughout how many years that were like dang good. Amazing.
Like LE good almost, you know what I mean?
And then I've also had a bunch that are like, oh, okay. Now, most of we've got like 5 or 6 over there that were like, okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna follow suit with the store pick idea. I like that. These are both picks that you could or sometimes will find at a store or even on the internet, honestly. And when you find them, often at retail, these are something you and I would both pull the trigger on. This is usually around $80. Around retail is 80. So cast strength Old Forester, the Blue Label picks, they used to do the 90 proofers. It was the only thing everybody begged for, these barrel proof ones. They switched their program to 2 picks. There's a 100 proof pick, there's a barrel proof pick. Most of the barrel proof picks are way too hot.
I was in my mind there for
way too hot.
Way too long.
Way too hot.
When's the last time you have even seen an Old Forester pick?
When we were in the 2 vacations ago, it was in a grocery store.
All right.
There was a ton of them.
And B, talk about 2 things that are so hit or miss for us. Like generally, these are okay.
Yeah.
Even I'm like okay one of the others.
Of course.
Potential upside, amazing.
Yeah.
These, hit or miss.
Big time.
Usually nothing in between.
Big time hit or miss.
It's either like, dang, that's really good, or dang, that is almost rubbing alcohol.
Fire.
Yeah.
You know who did a really good job? Jigs.
Yeah, Mr. Jigs.
Jigs. Dan and Julie gave us a Jigs pick of this. It's the best one of these we've had, period. It's not even remotely close. That being said, if I saw a 100 proofer, I'd buy that every single time. A 100 proofer Old Forester pick? Would you buy that every time you saw it?
Yes.
I would too. All the 90s were great, so.
All right, there are gonna be some expensive bottles on here, maybe stuff that's a little harder to find. Obviously, that's why it's being marked up.
They're both toasted, I think.
Same company.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's wild.
Same company there, buddy.
Okay.
I have Shanks. I could have grabbed the Baumburgers. They're kind of one and the same for me. A little bit harder to find. Usually, should be like 80 bucks, I think.
80-ish.
80-ish. I'd pay a little bit up, not much on this.
Sure.
Because some of them are really good.
I'd just pay the 80.
Most of them are pretty,
And I'd call it.
And 80 is getting to be expensive for most people. The upside is just not there for me. Like we just talked about with picks, some of them can be phenomenal. These, for the most part, you're like, oh,
those are consistently pretty damn good.
That's pretty good. But I'm not paying 125, 150 or whatever. We've seen them very expensive. We've seen these bottles in lotteries and stuff. It's just like, all right, you're not missing much.
The price hike from retailers' side of this, I truly believe this is a unique one because I think the price hike comes from retailers thinking, I could only get one of those this year. Nobody knows this comes from Michter's.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what the hell it actually is.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like a true whiskey nerd whiskey is what it feels like, right? I just went with Michter's Sour Mash. This is, or the toasted barrel sour mash, sorry.
Yeah.
I got this at the distillery. I am a big fan of this bottle. This is often not people's favorite one.
No,
by any means.
That is a love-hate with that one.
Which is interesting. It's good whiskey. I think that it's because it's called sour mash and it's a low proof, I think is why people don't like it for the most part. It's pretty toasted too. So
that's why you love it.
I love it so much. But I would always pay retail to have one of these around. If I ran out and found one at retail, I'd definitely buy one at retail. I would never, I know like these go to like 150 in certain places. It's an 86 proof whiskey. I bet it's not very old. It is toasted or double barreled.
Yeah, this is 90.
And at retail, it's good, is how I would phrase it. I do like this bottle a lot. Don't take this list as some like we don't like these whiskeys. Everything on here we actually tend to like at some
retail,
point.
100%.
But
I just had a stroke, I think. Jeez Louise, my wheels were spinning.
It was my Wednesday. Oh,
what'd you go with?
That was beautiful. Fred Minnick just recently put out his top hundo, which means that everybody's going to start drooling over bottles that they didn't care about beforehand.
Yeah.
Larceny tends to be those, not that they aren't good. Sean and I have actually liked several of these quite a bit. I think they're somewhere between $60 and $80. We haven't bought one in a minute.
Yeah, they're about to be 100.
Yeah, probably.
Guaranteed.
These are pretty damn good whiskey from time to time. They vary just like the ECBP bourbons vary.
It is heavy Heaven Hill profile though.
Yes.
On every single one we've had, it is that
we got Snickers off one. I remember one being a Snickers.
Yeah, it's just like
nutty,
chocolate and caramel,
chocolate,
and then nutty.
And nougat.
So for the people that love Heaven Hill, hitters.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one was 70. So I bet they're around 70. This one was 60.
Where?
Eastman?
Yeah. It's about 70.
So I bet they're around 70. This is a B523. But that being said, I don't think I would ever walk in and see this for 100 and be like, gotta have it.
Yeah.
Now, listen,
it's about to happen.
Truly on Minnick's list, like, and especially 2 in the top 5 is a big deal, especially for them.
And then, so our next spot, okay.
Yeah, we're just skipping that one.
Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend.
$175 retail.
Already expensive. I think they really got a cult following right when they started coming out. I mean, it was amazing whiskey.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was put into a space that there wasn't really that bottle that existed before, I feel. Like, this
did feel unique.
A cigar batch, or a cigar blend, like, popularized.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Unfortunately, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And they're at like 200 now. Over 200 batches.
Yeah.
We got a 22 over there.
Yep.
Phenomenal. This is 156, and they don't even feel the same.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm in on this 156 I still liked.
Yeah. Yeah, but
at 175, we did just recently get another one. It was at a grocery, it was at Meijer.
Yeah.
Our buddy Chris
found
it.
But it was retail.
It was retail, it was 175.
Retail. We would pay retail for these.
And we bought it at retail. Now, if it were, these 100% get marked up to 250 to 3 to whatever. And
this is a true lottery bottle.
Yeah, it is.
In a lot of different places.
That's fair, yeah. But I'm with you. At the 175, it's pretty good. At 250 to 300, I think you better hope that you better be looking for those really old batches.
300 is the, like, cliff for us on most things.
Most bottles, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right.
I don't have Four Roses in there.
Next one.
I just want to drink that.
You know what we'd never overpay for? I would 100% overpay for this year's Four Roses.
Heard good things.
Last but not least.
I get it.
I bought a bunker of mine.
Listen, already gonna get some hate on mine.
You can explain yours.
Already gonna get some hate.
Yeah.
But let me cook a minute here.
Sure, yeah, go. Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, bourbon.
You guys can leave the comment down below right now. Like, comment, subscribe if my list is better than Sean's.
Yeah.
Also, like, comment, subscribe if this pisses you off that Sean put that on the table. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We're going to get so many subscribers.
Overpaid for this. We have not outrageously overpaid for this.
I probably
because the problem is, this whiskey is good. Don't get me wrong. Not hating on this whiskey. We love it every year.
It's incredible.
Every year, though,
some of the best.
We review it and go, oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Every year, you know what we do? We smell it and say, that's the best nose this year.
Best smelling whiskey every year.
Ever.
Unfortunately, when you put it next to other, very good whiskey,
proof issues,
it falls apart so fast, and you're just like, oh, it's empty. Yeah. There's nothing there.
Well, that's harsh.
It's empty. No finish.
Okay. Oh.
Awful.
It's phenomenal whiskey.
It's good, but
this year's is good too.
I'm never paying. I don't know how many we've walked away that have been $400. And he goes, I'm just not paying.
I feel like on the whole list that we have, that's the easiest one to find marked up. You know what?
It's hard because it's good, but it's just not that good.
Let me give out. You know,
get me out here.
My perspective on this bottle is, I would definitely pay $200 every year for one. I'd probably pay $250 every year for one.
I think 200 is about the
cutoff for you.
Yeah.
Mine is a bottle that I have a bunker bottle of. It is a Fable and Folly Orphan Barrel. So
a lot of the Orphan Barrel we can probably just put out there.
No, I'd overpay the hell out of Lost Profits, Barter Houses, and Rhetoric 22s right now.
Yeah, we have.
You could drain my bank account on those 3 bottles.
Good to know.
And then I'd live in your basement, but we could drink them together, which would be cool because I'd bring those with me because she wouldn't want those. So
good news is I'll have golf simulators set up.
Oh my gosh, I won't live long, but I'll have a good time.
What do you bring into this relationship though? You can't cook.
No.
You better clean.
Power bottom.
All right, we're back in.
So, this is a 14-year-old Burr Rye, I believe is what the Fable and Folly is. Sean and I have been big fans of the Orphan Barrel series in the past. This Fable and Folly, we opened. We were kind of, I was a little higher than you were on it, but we're both in the B-ish range,
I think you blinded me on it
one time I'm like, yo, you gotta try this. And we literally every time we've had it, we've loved it outside of the review. I found one for like $135 or $140 in a store in local, just behind a bunch of shit on a shelf, and I bought it and I bunkered it.
Yeah.
I do think this is special whiskey. They are all low proof, but I would not pay like the 200 range or the 250s.
It's just weird. They put a lot of stuff at 90.4.
Yeah.
It's
weird that they do that.
Can't imagine what it is.
Me neither. Yeah, but most of, especially the new Orphan Barrels, like.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of scotches.
Yeah,
and they're expensive.
The Scarlet Rye. Yep. They've just been doing. They've been kind of like branching out a little bit, which is a good idea, and probably as a business, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I just would stay around retail because these Orphan Barrels are often findable at retail when they come out.
Yeah.
Usually you'll find one at retail if you look really hard. So if you see one marked up, unless it's a really old one, there's a chance you're going to see it somewhere else.
It's also been a very long time since we're talking about the bottles that we would way overpay for.
Yeah.
That's 4+ years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
So,
lost profit.
Yeah.
Some of the best whiskey I've ever had under anywhere near 100 proof. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, they're good.
They're good.
They already start expensive. It's
good.
almost the same argument with Midwinters.
Yep.
Like they already start expensive, and they're
they're expensive.
They're okay.
Yeah. I will say
for the price tag, they're okay.
I will say to their credit, they started in a premium market.
Yeah,
they just stayed.
Yeah.
I don't even think these prices have gone up.
Gifted Horse was like $80. Remember?
But
that was like
Barter was 125 though, and Barter was the first one we ever owned was Barter House.
Yeah.
And that was 120. Yeah. If this is 135, they haven't even gone up in price really.
Yeah.
That's in. You know what?
Never even thought about that.
Good job, Diageo. This is the first time we've ever said those words. I've ever said those words.
Except for the box. Remember that box set that was like 10 grand?
Like Costco had it.
It was like 3 grand.
Like Costco had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool though. It had Old Blowhard in it, and it had Hoop and Holler in it. It had monsters in it.
Oh yeah, but we heard those ones weren't that good.
I know, but they're like 26. Those are like
28 and 26.
Those are collection pieces. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, needless to say,
that's the list.
Hopefully you enjoyed the list. Let us know what we left off the list down below. So
both by the patrons of the people watching this, and my wife, because I hung up on her. So wish me luck.
So we hope you had a good New Year.